flight of how many wines is that? Looks about 10 to me. 11.
11.
And this category is others.
Yeah, I think, trying to give you a snapshot of where we are in the Classique, I think, we have to group this as others. I think the rest of your experience in the following flights will be based on Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and even Meunier. And these are considered to then be others. So this can contain any other varietal that is not the classic varietals. And we tasted 11 of them, and ranging from Sauvignon Blanc to Chardonnays to blends containing some Chardonnays, and then sort of ending with a Zinfandel. What I think we can say out of this flight, what I learned, is the diversity that we do have. Whether the variety is really suitable to express the sort of magic of the secondary fermentation, I have my doubts in some of them. But again, it builds curiosity for the category of Classique.
A great mixed batch. I think it shows, as Pieter said, good diversity. But I think maybe sometimes people are forced cultivars to be wines, and maybe they should be picking for the optimal cultivar that they can use.
So we just had a big flight, I guess a really important one of, I can't guess how many do you think?
23.
23 Blanc de Blancs.
Yeah.
Some good wines, some wines that weren't quite as good. What are your views on these?
Paul, you want to start?
Yeah, I think like we saw, 2012 was an incredible vintage for South Africa, and I think Chardonnay is the ultimate grape to make sparkling wine from, and you can see it here in many varieties, but its purity and elegance, I think, was seen often, and great diversity and different philosophies with the same grape, but still making great wines.
Yeah, I also believe that Chardonnay has got a great future in sparkling wine production in South Africa. It does show a little bit of diversity, but I think also, not that we can see it in everyone, but there is diversity in different regions, and we can see how Chardonnay interacts from different areas. We've seen most of them are sort of a composition from different ones, and it just shows how Chardonnay can build complexity. To me, I think it is sort of the style of Classique that we can take anywhere, that will find a very good, friendly gathering as such, where you can show diversity. But at the end of the day, I think Chardonnay should speak elegance and finesse. And I think there is a few here that I would put under my arm anytime to go and show the world. You all go back this weekend or after the weekend, or?
What's that lineup? We've had, do you know how many wines we had?
How many wines did we have, Paul?
20.
21.
21. So a lineup of 21 of beautiful sort of blends. These all involve Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and in some cases Meunier, which is the third variety that comes out of Champagne. And yeah, again, I think it explains the diversity, and I'm happy that we can show the diversity. I think time on the lees is the important part of this wine's, the evolution of this wine, to show them. To me, the blends definitely shows whatever vintages, non-vintages we've tasted up to now is really, they're sort of market ready. Well, I think we saw in Blanc de Blanc, you have a little bit of longevity, you can sort of definitely see complexity building over time. Well, I think these wines are all really showing this is the category that is moving.
Any comments, boss?
No, there's not much to say after that. But yeah, it's a wonderful diversity, and it shows that you do have terroir differences in South Africa and winemaking styles. And it's also good to see a variety of philosophies from different styles.
Nee, ek gaan dit net van die boks sit, ek moet dit saam met
We've had to decamp to an oyster bar for this next flight, which is prestige champagnes. So, how do you define the prestige category? Is it just by price, or is it intent, or?
No, I think it's aspirational. I think for the serious producers of Classique, you have to remain aspirational. My divine inspiration, and I speak for most probably all my fellow colleagues, the divine inspiration will come from champagne. And if you understand the philosophy of champagne houses, about consistency and non-vintages, the expression of an excellent vintage, you have to have a little halo, and the halo just drives everything. So this is why we leave really the best for last.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think it's about the pristine elegance that you have from aging and blending, putting those components together and creating wines that you can drink now, but you still in 7 to 10 years should be able to drink. To open it.
Yeah, I know. I usually use knife as well for those, yeah, so we're good.
So, it'd be good if the cork doesn't shoot off as well. I don't think so. Depends how wildly Pieter drove with him in the car.
Very gently. First in SA. This is a first. Yeah. Running a little commercial for